So we will start with alignment to do the healing session. Sit comfortably, relax. Breathe normally. Inhalation, stomach is going up. With exhalation, it's going down. Natural breathing pace. Feel your body sitting comfortably in a chair. Repeat mentally after me. Let everything be as it is. Repeat mentally once again. Let everything be as it is. Repeat one more time. Let everything be as it is. Bring your awareness to the sounds, external sounds. Just orient your attention to the nearest sounds you hear. Register without seeking the source of the sound. Move your attention further away. Become aware of more distant, more silent sounds. No tension, no effort. Simply paying attention to the distant, silent sounds. The most distant, the most silent sound you can hear. Breathing is natural, body is comfortable. We are simply listening to the external sounds. Now bring your attention between your ears in the head, like your ears are pointing inwards, listening sounds in the head. Like a buzz, subtle vibration, whatever you hear inside of your head. As you pay attention to the inner sound, it will become louder. Then bring your attention to the deeper, more subtle, more silent inner sound. A tiny vibration. As you pay attention, it will become louder. Then bring your attention even deeper, like you are going from the head into the heart and listening subtle sound originating from your heart. It will become kind of louder, more prominent vibration, and then it will expand throughout the body. It is like you are feeling the sound, feeling subtle vibration coming from the center of the chest, from your heart, and expanding throughout the body. Listening with your heart. You will start to hear a specific sound, vibration, like a hum, that is not coming from inside or outside. As a matter of fact, that is omnipresent vibration of the life itself. Sound of life. Heard with your heart. coming from everywhere, expanding into infinity. Subtle vibration of life. Now bring your attention, while staying in your heart, in your I am feeling, to the human star hovering above your head. Just be aware of its presence above your head. Repeat mentally after me. I petition my human star to heal my consciousness. Allow healing to happen naturally. Just witness subtle sensations in the body, images that may appear in front of your mind's eye, thoughts, emotions, feelings, ideas, whatever happens as a reaction to the healing process, just witness it. Repeat mentally after me. I petition my human star to connect me with the field of living light on the Hagia Sophia constellation site. I petition my human star to connect me with the field of living light on the Hagia Sophia constellation site. Repeat mentally after me. I petition my human star to connect me with the field of peace on the Hagia Sophia constellation site. Breathing is natural, abdominal. Body sits comfortably in the chair. And we are enveloped in the field of peace from the Hagia Sophia. Repeat mentally after me. I petition my human star to connect me with the field presence of Creator's energy on the Hagia Sophia constellation site. Feel the presence of Creator's energy in your I am feeling throughout the body, expanding into the sphere of consciousness infinity. The same creator's energy present on the constellation site is present as your very own I am feeling. Repeat mentally after me. Let everything be as it is. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you. Tell me, without looking at the watch, what do you think? How long was this concentration? 5 minutes. 15 minutes, 15, 16. Yeah, more. It was half an hour. So obviously we can do it longer next time. As we are just on 5 minutes. most of you. 5 to 15. Okay. So tell me, you were able to follow the process? Was there anything that was not clear or challenging to follow? Any issues? Please do share. No. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Anything you would like to share? Is there any questions? Just share how you feel. Any experiences? Yes, Wanda.
I just wanted to say that number of statements you made, I didn't hear. And it was just a whiff of it on the end that I could hear. So not perhaps of the voice, but where I was within myself. So, for example, there was when we linked or trying to link with the constellation side, I immediately went into pictures. I saw definitely Saint Mary. At first, I didn't know who she was, but I saw Saint Mary with this sort of like, scarf. It was black with the white. And then I saw more faces of women with those scarves. And some of them, they were navy, some of them were black. And then you said something, and I was so watching it that I didn't hear some of the things. I don't think it is very important, but that's what I wanted to say. And funny enough, being there, I saw Acropole. What's that got to do with everything? I have no idea, but I saw the pillars, the structure on the hill, and I thought Acropole. Then I thought, where am I? Then I stopped thinking. But it was kind of mixture. But I do feel, I think you've asked us to link with the intelligent light first, and then you asked us to link with something energy, but I didn't know what energy of the place. So I've felt it within myself. I actually, at one point, being there, I felt, as if I was running, not really seriously running, but running a little bit as if I was out of breath, and there was a little bit of a pressure on my chest. So I don't know what I connected with, but I felt that. And all the faces, and then I saw something very interesting. I saw a young girl appearing. I didn't see the face, but I know she was young, in a white dress, and she was facing me, but there were two people, probably men, holding her upper arms, facing the back, as if she was to be led somewhere backwards. I saw this about 2 or 3 people like that. So I don't know, I had a feeling of sacrifice, but maybe on that side there were human sacrifice, I don't know. But I could see these young girls, all dressed in white. I didn't see the expression on the face, but I knew they were led by some stronger humans backwards.
Like guiding them or forcefully?
No, forcefully. I've had the impression it was forceful.
Very interesting. Thank you, Wanda. So, just for me to be clear, so my voice was audio. You can hear it, but you were with your attention some in images, so that's why. So it's not a technical issue; it's like a psychological issue.
Probably, yes, somebody will say something, but I I certainly lost some of the sentences.
Mhm.
So,
Because
but,
excuse me.
no, that's all right. No,
Uh,
I don't
uh,
think it's yourself, but I haven't
mhm.
had. Have
Because
you?
I tend to, when I guide the concentration, I go into concentration as well,
Of course,
and then my voice, I tone it down,
of course,
start to
of course.
almost whisper. It's
Yes.
a bit challenging, to go into deep relaxation and to speak in the same time.
Yeah.
So it may happen. I will, maybe it's good if I repeat instruction so that you can hear it a second time, I hope.
Maybe, but I'm sure it's just me. Once I have a vision, I so much enjoy it, and it keeps on going. So I'm very
Yeah.
much in it. I don't. So it's probably me. But yes, thank you very much.
You're
So,
welcome. You're welcome. So that's what you saw, Acropole. Well, Greek civilization, like Byzantine civilization, it's Greek civilization. They were holding this place for 1,000 years. So it is possible that you felt this layer of the historical layer of the constellation site, which is Greek, and obviously there are some Greek
well,
mature human stars there.
oh,
And
of course.
I don't think there was sacrifices as far as we know on that place. Uh, it can be many things. It can be also download of some past life experience of your human star
Oh,
that was clearing away, you know,
mm-hmm.
uh, or other things. But mainly, for me, it's always most important the feeling that lies behind the image. So not too much to, I don't intend too much to rationalize and explain the meaning of the image, but simply I just tap into the feeling that image is representing, and this feeling holds information which will be unpacked with the time.
Right. Yes, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Wanda. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, Luisa.
Thank you, Igor. That was quite amazing. I also, at one stage, felt an intense, I would say.
You're muted now, Luisa.
That's strange. Sorry. I felt a very intense at one stage when we were making the command to the human star. Exactly when, I'm not sure, but I had a very intense, like, I wouldn't say sharp pain in my chest, in my heart. And then it dissipated into the whole constellation site. And then on the next command, uh, it was in the galaxy. It was like something dropped out of me on a deep level that was waiting to go. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like the information intensified of everything I was storing up inside my heart, and and then it was almost like I would say the closest to a heart attack, how intense it was, and then this release, like it literally was like a diffusion, and I could see the valley because I have a feeling it's on a hill, and the whole valley just relaxed. And as you relaxed, in the next command, I was in the galaxy, but the piece was in the galaxy. It was very macro, but very beautiful, but also for me at the same time. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. And when you say valley, you mean Istanbul Valley, yeah?
Yes, it was like it fell down the hill and just covered the whole of civilization around.
Mm.
Yes. I don't know what
Excellent.
time it was, but they were buildings, so I'm not sure. They were white buildings, but that's a bit cliche, isn't it? Yeah, white buildings could be anywhere really in the area. So I'm not sure on
Yeah.
the times on time level, but it was like a timeless like diffusion of like whew, peace, not just for me, for everything. And
After and that came after this feeling of pressure in the heart.
intense pressure, like
Yeah.
almost like intense pain in my heart, and then something just sort of like just went poof, and it sort of released it. Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Catherine. Katrina, sorry.
No, it's okay. Hi. Oh, that was
Hi.
just absolutely beautiful. As soon as you introduced us to the human star, my human star has got a bit of a sense of humor and basically gave me a sort of downward high five and said, "Are you ready?" And then I had a real, I'm all hot thinking about it again. The sense of pleasure, the emotion that I had overwhelming for the entire experience was just sheer pleasure. That just the most purest feeling. And then I saw some really cool stuff when you were asking us, when we were in the healing. I saw this inverted prism that was just spinning, beautiful, huge, like the size of, don't know how big it was. That's why I felt like I'd been away for a couple of days, because it was so big to look at. And then similarly to what's already been said, at one point I had this huge feeling of, I felt like it was a double big sense of vibration, where there was something shifting out of me that needed to go. And it's a little bit like how Louisa was explaining it, but I didn't have the pain. I just felt, oh, like something had been sucked out that needed to go. And then I was really breathless. And then at one point, just after that, you said, "And breathe normally." And I thought, oh, okay. Okay. So I just, thank you so much for that. So it's been such a lovely, positive experience. Because sometimes when I do these healings, I have all emotions. I get very upset and cry. But tonight it's just, I feel so happy. I can't stop smiling. My bobs keep popping out my ears because my jaw's trying to smile so much. But thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, Katrina. Just to comment your next, Sharon. Thank you. I love your comparison of a human style, like it's like a humorous type. For me, it's like a child, like a mischievous child, omniscient and omnipowerful, but a child, and there is such a joy and vigor and like enthusiasm for life. It's like a source of life, bursting with life and joy. Yes, it's such fun to connect with it. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Thank you. That was really intense, and I just felt this vibration that came through my body, and the sound was E, but then the sound of E that resonated out through my heart became the
Mm-hmm.
sound that was through me and out of me and in me. And when you said it was neither out nor in, I really felt that nothingness of just the And then when we connected to the site, first of all, I had Vanda coming and saying, come with me. And then Nina was there and they were like, come on, come here, you can connect with us. And they were like calling me and welcoming me. And it was really interesting. I was like, oh, hello. And then I sort of felt really emotional, but then had like this pain, this intense pain in my heart, as if all the pain of all the times was just there, and then with the hum and the sound, it almost vibrated it out of my body, and so it sort of like shot out the front into infinity, and then behind, and then it was like all one and nothing, if you like. So yeah, it was beautiful, painful, and joyous and everything. So thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Beautiful. You know, let me shortly comment on this feeling of pain or pressure or intensity in the heart. You know, when you're so happy that it almost you feel it as a pain in your heart, like your heart cannot contain so much happiness and light, and so there is a. Okay, let me just elaborate it a bit. There is something like a field around the heart, around the I am core, which is like a field of ice. You know, we say cold heart, and also in Catholic Church they depict Christ's heart with this crown of thorns around the heart. You know that. So this crown of thorns around the heart represents this field of negative energy. So all the stress, all the negative thoughts, negative emotions that we generated throughout our lives, and it is inherited as well, is packed into this field around the I am feeling, around the heart. And that field is preventing our hearts to expand, to connect with omnipresent life. So when we have this influx of living light into our hearts, they expand and remove some of this negative energy field around the heart. And we feel kind of a pressure, like a resistance of this field, and also like a pain. And then, of course, it expands. I am not directly working with this field to remove it, because not that there is some problems with it or harmful side effects, but reactions can be quite strong to my experience. So the best approach to my experience is simply to bring more and more light into your heart, to be more and more present, and gently, continuously, your I am feeling will expand, thin out this field, and eventually eradicate it, delete it. But when there is a strong influx of light, like when you connect with the human star constellation site, especially with the creator's energy field, presence of creator's energy, then there is this outburst of light from your heart, and we can feel some kind of pressure until the pressures are like even. In either and internal and external pressure, they balanced each both of the sides. Yeah. So I just wanted to share this information so that you know that there is no problem. I always do only 111% safe practices, and no any chance to have any harmful side effect, or even too intensive reaction, healing crisis or something like that. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share?
Igor, Sue had her hand up earlier. I don't know if you saw Sue had her hand up earlier.
No, I haven't saw it. Yes,
Thank
Sue.
you, Nina. Igor,
Thank you.
I had the sense of pressure as well in my chest, but when the pressure released, I had this really high frequency noise which emanated through my body, through my head and out. But I didn't see anything. I just felt and heard it, but really, really high frequency, not even a ringing, just a very high pitched noise. I can't even explain what it would be like, but it started off with just a pressure in my chest, and as the pressure eased, it was just this very high pitched ring, and it just faded away. But it felt bizarre because the noise didn't match what I was feeling. But that's just how it ended. It just the feeling abated, and then it was just this high pitched noise.
What do you mean that noise didn't match the feeling, how you felt?
I expected the feeling to sort of turn into something of light, to feel the lightness in my heart, but the feeling subsided, and then I just heard this noise. So I don't know if the noise was a distraction from what I was feeling, or whether it was going to take me to wherever, I should be sort of looking in my mind's eye. I was expecting to see something once the pressure had released, but I heard, not saw.
Mm. Mm. Well, that's quite okay, of course. And generally during this concentration, I was focusing more on the sound than on images. And our attention was on these subtle vibrations. And like, um, how to explain it? I feel it, like these healing waves that are coming from a human star or constellation site. I mainly feel it as a vibration, as a sound. And it like passes through my consciousness field and my body, and creates like evenly distributed vibration. Because when you look at the vibrational level, any negative consciousness programs are out of sync with the basic frequency, basic vibration of energies and light. So when these waves of sounds or vibrations are passing through our system, when they touch these out of sync vibrations, they sync them back into unified vibrational field. So that's why you can feel like a release, and then this noise. I hear it sometimes also is basically a harmonization of some elements in our consciousness. That's how I perceive it. I don't say that's what it is. I'm just sharing my experience. But the point is, as you relax into it, it settles down.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And whatever comes, images or not, sounds, body sensations, emotions, these are just side effects of the healing process. So there is no much importance in those thoughts or emotions or body sensations. They are just signs that healing is happening, that development is happening.
That's what it felt like. It felt like it was very high frequency waves of vibration, but very, very high. Almost couldn't hear it, but I knew it was there. Yeah, but it didn't feel out of sync. It didn't feel out of place. It just felt the natural progression from the pressure. So that's what
Excellent.
it was. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Nina, you wanted to share, or you just reminded me of Sue? Okay. Yes, Catherine, please.
Just a very short one.
Yeah. Take your time.
I just went into a very deep sort of very heavy sort of trance-like state, and then I just remember hearing when you said the words connect to the site, just like that word connect, and suddenly my whole body from the inside was just filled with light, and it was almost like I could see it coming out of my, you know, out of my eyelids, which were closed. It was just so, all of a sudden, boof, and my whole insides were just and leaking light out of me, and then I fell asleep. So I don't know about that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, Catherine. Yes, it happens because in order to receive this concentrated, highly concentrated living light, we sometimes need to go into deep meditation, deep relaxation, or fall asleep. Yes, yes. But the relaxation is needed, at least to some extent, in order to connect with these high frequency energies. Excellent work, people. I feel this density of light around and within everyone. Very good work. So thank you so much for your kind attention and presence, and see you in 10 days.